Hi, dear. Welcome to your favorite audiobook channel, Wisdom Flicks. God of Trading, best trader in the world stock market, trading strategy revealed. Introduction. Welcome to the mind of a market master. Success in the stock market often seems like an enigma. Charts move, prices rise and fall, and headlines scream for attention. To most, trading looks like a game of luck, noise, or even gambling. But for a few, very few, it becomes a domain of mastery. Where others see chaos, they see patterns. Where others panic, they remain calm. While most lose money trying to guess the next move, they grow wealth like clockwork. This book is a journey into the mind of one such master. We call him the god of trading, not out of exaggeration, but out of respect for what he represents. He is not a divine figure, but a human who mastered the game to such a level that his trades seemed supernatural. This isn't about unrealistic promises or overnight riches. This is about mental mastery, methodical systems, and unwavering discipline. The real foundations of legendary trading. Before we dive into strategies, systems, and secrets, you need to understand one crucial truth. The stock market is not just a financial battlefield. It's a psychological one. Every decision you make, whether it's a buy, a sell, or holding back, is shaped not only by data but by emotion, instinct, and mindset. And this is where most people lose. They look for shortcuts. They want secret indicators. They try to copy trades without understanding the why behind them. But the true god of trading doesn't chase tips. He doesn't panic at volatility. He doesn't jump from one strategy to another. Instead, he plays the long game with calm precision, always guided by data, rules, and a clear philosophy. He knows that trading isn't about predicting the future. It's about managing risk in the present. This book is a window into his world. You will discover not only how he trades, but more importantly, why he trades the way he does. We will break down the philosophies that shaped him, the systems he created, and the strategies he refined over years of practice. Whether you're a complete beginner or a frustrated trader tired of losses, this journey will help you see trading differently, more like a science, less like a gamble. But let's set one expectation right now. This book isn't going to teach you how to get rich overnight. If you're here looking for a get-rich-quick formula, you won't find it. What you will find is something far more valuable, a framework that can guide you toward consistent, compounding success. That we will explore the real reason why most traders fail. Hint: it's not because of lack of knowledge, but because of lack of control. Emotional control, risk control, self-control. And we'll contrast that with how the world's most successful trader, our so-called god of trading, manages his mind, his method, and his money. That here's a secret that elite traders already know. The real edge isn't just in the charts, the indicators, or the setup. The edge lies in the trader, in his ability to remain calm in chaos, in his capacity to wait when others rush, in his obsession with discipline over drama, in his willingness to be boring when the market is exciting and focused when the world is panicking. This book was created to bring that edge to you. It's a rare opportunity to learn not just the strategy, but the psychology and philosophy behind long-term trading success. We'll guide you through mindset, risk rules, setups, routines, and even automation. You'll learn how the best trader in the world simplifies his decisions, structures his day, and manages every trade like a professional asset manager, not a gambler. We've designed this audiobook to be easy to understand, engaging to listen to, and practical enough to apply. Even if you're just starting your journey in the markets, you'll hear stories, strategies, and real talk. No fluff, no hype, no false hope. Just time-tested wisdom you can use to grow. So ask yourself, are you ready to think like a master trader? Are you ready to stop chasing and start building? Are you ready to become your own version of the god of trading? If yes, then turn the page. The transformation begins now. Chapter 1. The birth of the god trader. Every legend begins in the shadows. Before the spotlight, before the prophets, before the followers and the fame, there was a man sitting alone in a small room with nothing but a flickering screen, an internet connection, and a hunger to understand the markets. He didn't start out rich. He wasn't born with a silver spoon or a family inheritance. In fact, his first introduction to trading came not from a mentor or a fancy financial course, but from a random late-night forum post titled, "You Can Beat the Market." He clicked. He read. And something shifted that moment. He made a decision, one that would redefine his life forever. He decided to become a trader. Not just any trader, but one of the greatest to ever live. But greatness doesn't show up overnight. The early days were brutal. He opened a demo account with excitement, only to realize how fast fake money could grow and how dangerously that built false confidence. When he finally stepped into the real markets with real money, the losses came. Fast and hard. He chased breakouts that turned into fakeouts. He bought high and sold low. He held on to losers hoping they'd bounce, only to watch them crash further. It was a financial and emotional roller coaster. And worst of all, he was alone. His friends laughed. His family doubted him. "It's gambling," they said. "It'll ruin you." And at times, they were right. He questioned everything. He considered quitting. He stared at his screen wondering, why do I keep doing this to myself? But he didn't stop. Instead of blaming the market, he blamed his own ignorance. Instead of quitting, he went deeper. He stopped looking for magic indicators and focused on mastering his mind. He studied the greats: Jesse Livermore, Paul Tudor Jones, Stanley Druckenmiller. But he didn't just copy them. He decoded their thinking. That he realized they all had one thing in common. They thought differently. They didn't look for certainty. They managed uncertainty. They didn't predict. They prepared. They didn't chase. They waited. So he started changing. First, his mindset. He let go of the fantasy of overnight wealth and embraced the truth of long-term consistency. He began journaling every trade, not just the result, but the emotion behind it. Every time he acted out of greed, he wrote it down. Every time fear made him hesitate, he studied it. Then, he rebuilt his system from the ground up. He stripped it down to 3 rules. 3 simple pillars: trend direction, risk control, and patience. No clutter, no noise. He focused on the clarity of the setup, not the flash of indicators. He focused on probabilities, not predictions. He also made one promise to himself. One. That changed everything. That he promised that no matter how tempting a trade looked, he would only enter if it matched all of his rules. If it didn't, he would walk away, even if it meant missing a big move. This promise became his edge, because while others chased every signal, he only acted when the market aligned with his plan. His results began to shift. Small wins turned into consistent gains. Losses still came, but they were smaller, more controlled, more expected. He stopped fearing them. He started trusting his system. But even more importantly, he started trusting himself. He wasn't trading for thrill anymore. He was trading like a professional, like a sniper, not a machine gunner. One shot, one setup, one trade at a time. As years passed, people started to notice. First a few traders in online forums, then on social media, then hedge fund managers. His account growth was steady, controlled, and almost boring to the outsider. But to those who studied his process, it was genius. He became the trader others watched. He became the voice others quoted. He became the mystery others wanted to decode. And yet, he remained grounded, because he knew something most traders forget. Success in trading isn't about the money. It's about the mastery. The money is a result, not the goal. That he wasn't obsessed with flashy cars or luxury watches. He was obsessed with the game, the flow of price action, the rhythm of market cycles, the challenge of staying patient in a world that demands speed. That he woke up early, not to chase the market, but to center himself. He treated trading like a performance, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Each day was a test of discipline, not prediction. And that is how the god of trading was born, not from one big win, but from thousands of small decisions, not from copying others, but from crafting a personal philosophy, not from luck, but from relentless learning. You see, greatness in trading doesn't come from signals. It comes from silence, the quiet moments when you face your own ego, when you stop chasing shortcuts, and when you decide that consistency matters more than excitement. This book and this journey is not about trying to become him. That it's about becoming the best version of you, a trader who thinks clearly, acts decisively, and grows methodically. That it's about building your own path to mastery, inspired by the lessons and legacy of the world's greatest trader. And it begins, like his story did, with one decision: to stop trading randomly and to start trading like a master. Chapter 2: Mind over Money. The psychology of a trading god. If the market were only about numbers, everyone would be rich. But it's not. It's about fear, greed, hope, doubt. It's about the storm inside your mind, not just the charts on your screen. That's why psychology is the true battleground in trading, and why mastering it separates the winners from the wannabes. The greatest traders in history don't win because they're smarter. They win because they've trained their minds to operate with discipline, clarity, and emotional control, even under extreme pressure. The god of trading knows this better than anyone. He didn't master the markets by understanding every indicator. He mastered himself first. Let's dive into the psychological foundation that turned an ordinary man into an unstoppable trader. Point 1: Fear and greed. The twin killers. There are two emotions that dominate the trading world: fear and greed. Greed pushes you to chase. Fear forces you to freeze. One makes you overtrade. The other makes you miss opportunities, and both destroy your account. The god of trading didn't become great because he eliminated these emotions. He became great because he learned to recognize them and respond with logic instead of reaction. He created what he called his 2-second rule. Anytime he felt an impulse, whether to jump into a trade or exit too early, he paused for 2 seconds and asked, "Is this emotion or strategy?" That short pause saved him thousands of dollars and countless mistakes. You see, successful trading isn't about being emotionless. It's about being emotionally aware. It's about trading with emotion, not from emotion. Point 2: The myth of confidence. Most traders think confidence is the key, but the god of trading discovered something deeper. Confidence is unreliable. Clarity is not. Confidence can be inflated by a few lucky wins and crushed by one big loss. But clarity, true mental clarity, comes from preparation, process, and a deep understanding of your system. He didn't need to feel confident to place a trade. He just needed to follow his rules. This subtle shift changed everything. Because confidence is emotional, clarity is structural. He trusted the system, not his feelings. That's why even on losing days, he didn't spiral. He followed his rules, reviewed his performance, and moved forward without emotional baggage. Point 3: The discipline framework. Discipline isn't something you're born with. It's built. The god of trading didn't rely on motivation or willpower. He built systems that made discipline automatic. Here's what that looked like. Pre-market routine. Every morning, he spent 30 minutes reviewing charts, checking key levels, and reminding himself of the day's plan. No trades were taken until this ritual was complete. Trade checklist. Before every trade, he answered 5 specific questions. If even one was a no, he didn't take the trade. No exceptions. Emotional journaling. After every session, he wrote down not just what he did, but how he felt. Over time, he saw patterns in his own behavior that helped him anticipate emotional traps. This was discipline by design, not about being strong, about being structured. Point 4: The power of detachment. One of the greatest turning points in his career came when he learned to detach from the outcome. That he realized that obsessing over profit was clouding his judgment. Every win made him overconfident. Every loss made him chased up. He made a decision. He would stop focusing on making money and start focusing on executing his plan perfectly. Once he detached from outcome and committed to process, the pressure lifted. He no longer needed every trade to be a winner. He just needed every trade to be correct by his rules. Ironically, that shift made him far more profitable because now he could trade without anxiety, without hesitation, without the emotional roller coaster that plagues most traders. Point 5: Risk as a mindset. The god of trading never asked, "How much can I make?" He always asked, "How much can I lose and still be okay?" That single mindset difference kept him safe while others blew up. He treated risk as sacred. It wasn't just a number. It was a shield that protected his emotions and preserved his capital. For every trade, he knew the exact dollar amount he was willing to lose. If the loss came, he accepted it without panic. It was planned, controlled, expected. And when the win came, he didn't celebrate like a gambler. He stayed grounded. Because risk management wasn't optional, it was his edge. Point 6: The ego trap. Perhaps the most dangerous opponent a trader faces is not the market. It's ego. Ego makes you double down on a bad trade because you can't be wrong. Ego makes you ignore stop losses because you know it'll bounce. Ego is what turns a small loss into a catastrophic one. The god of trading had ego too. In his early days, it ruined him more than once. But he learned to kill his ego by creating a rule. No trade is special. No opinion is sacred. Only the market decides. He learned to surrender to the flow of price action. He stopped trying to be right and started trying to be profitable. Because in trading, being right doesn't make you money. Being disciplined does. Point 7. The trader's mindset at the core of everything was a simple truth. Trading is a mental game. And the god of trading trained for it like an athlete. He meditated daily. He read philosophy to strengthen his mind. He reflected after every session. He treated his brain like his most valuable asset. He didn't react to the market. He responded with intention. He didn't fear loss. He respected it. He didn't crave profit. He planned for it. He understood that psychology wasn't a part of trading. It was the foundation of it. Final thoughts. Becoming the master of your mind. Here's what the god of trading would tell you if he were sitting across from you right now. The market will test you in every way. It will expose your fears, tempt your greed, and challenge your discipline. But if you can master your mind, you can master the game. Psychology is not something to study once. It's something to practice daily. So before you place your next trade, ask yourself, am I following a plan or reacting emotionally? Am I chasing profit or managing risk? Am I attached to being right or committed to doing what's right? Because until you conquer your emotions, you will never conquer the market. Mind over money. That's the path. And it's the first step in trading like a god. Chapter 3. The core philosophy. Simplicity wins. If you walk into most traders' rooms today, you'll notice a pattern: multiple screens, dozens of indicators, live news feeds, complex strategies, flashing lights, constant noise, and most of them are losing. Because in trading, more does not mean better. In fact, for the world's best trader, the one we call the god of trading, the moment things became simple was the moment they became profitable. This is the core philosophy behind his success. Simplicity wins. Not occasionally, not sometimes. Every single time. Let's understand why. Point 1. Complexity is the enemy of execution. The average trader believes that a more complicated system must be more powerful. It feels like the more tools you use, the more control you have. The more signals you follow, the more informed you are. But complexity leads to confusion, and confusion destroys confidence. The god of trading realized this early on. He used to stack indicators like most beginners: MACD, RSI, Bollinger Bands, Fibonacci lines, moving averages, trend lines, all layered on the same chart. And when a trade setup appeared, half the indicators said buy, the other half screamed sell. He was paralyzed. That's when he made a decision. Strip it all down. He removed every indicator. He closed all the news tabs. He muted the noise. And for the first time, he looked at the market naked. Just price action, volume, and one clean chart. It was liberating. And more importantly, it worked. Because what he realized was this: it's not the number of tools you use, it's how well you use them. 2. The power of one system. The god of trading didn't need 10 strategies. He needed one solid, repeatable method. Point 1. Setup that he could trade across markets. Point 1. Risk formula that kept him consistent. Point 1. System that he could execute with absolute clarity, even on his worst day. This system was simple. Identify the dominant trend, wait for a retracement or pullback, enter on confirmation, place stop loss below the structure, target a clear risk reward of at least 1:2. It wasn't revolutionary, but it was clear. And in trading, clarity is power. He didn't wake up wondering what strategy to use. He didn't jump from one idea to another. He stuck to one method, refined it, and made it so familiar that it became second nature. And that's what made it profitable. Point 3. The market rewards consistency, not complexity. Ask any profitable trader what their biggest breakthrough was, and you'll likely hear this: I stopped changing systems. The truth is, most traders don't fail because their strategy is bad. They fail because they don't stick to any one thing long enough. The god of trading understood that any strategy can work if executed with consistency and discipline. But no strategy will work if it's constantly abandoned. So he made a rule for himself: He would trade one system for a minimum of 100 trades before making any judgment about its effectiveness. No tweaking, no switching, no second-guessing that. Discipline forced him to learn how his system responded to different market conditions. It taught him patience. It taught him trust. And in doing so, it gave him control. Point 4. Indicators are tools, not magic. Many traders look for the perfect indicator, as if it will predict the future, but indicators don't create edge. They visualize it. The god of trading didn't discard indicators entirely. He simply used them with intention. For him, an indicator was only useful if it simplified decision-making. It confirmed what price action already showed. It fit into his existing system. Without clutter, he didn't use indicators to find trades. He used them to filter noise and stay aligned with his rules. In most of his trades, he relied on just three things: clean price structure, support and resistance zones, a single momentum indicator for confirmation. No fancy tools, no complexity, just clarity. Point 5. Less information equals better decisions. We live in the information age. But in trading, too much information can be toxic. Every day, traders scroll through Twitter feeds, YouTube analysis, breaking news, and market opinions. And yet, they feel more lost than ever. The god of trading took the opposite approach. He limited his input. He read one high-quality newsletter. He checked one clean chart. He reviewed his own journal. That was it, because he knew focus creates results. Distraction creates losses. The fewer decisions he had to make, the better those decisions became. He didn't need to know what every analyst thought. He only needed to know what his system told him. And that's where simplicity became his secret weapon. Point 6. The silent edge. Peace of mind. Here's something most traders overlook. Mental clarity is a trading edge. A complicated setup may look powerful, but if it drains your attention or floods your mind with doubt, it's a liability. The god of trading chose simplicity not just for profitability, but for peace. That he wanted to enter every day with a calm mind. No guessing. No overthinking. No analysis paralysis. Just pure execution. And that calmness allowed him to see the market with sharper eyes. Simplicity gave him focus. Focus gave him confidence. Confidence gave him results. Point 7. Simplicity in practice. Let's recap the core principles of his simple system. One strategy executed consistently: clean charts with minimal indicators, clear risk-reward rules, defined entry and exit criteria, no news, dependency, no second-guessing once the trade is placed. It wasn't about perfection. It was about process, and over time, the process produced extraordinary results. Final thoughts. Complexity sells. Simplicity pays. The trading world will keep selling you complexity. Expensive indicators, complicated strategies, magic signals. But the market doesn't reward complexity. It rewards clarity. The god of trading understood this deeply. That's why he ignored the noise, trusted his process, and simplified everything until nothing could be removed. If you want to trade like him, start here. Cut the clutter, choose one system, practice it with discipline, execute it with focus, because in trading, as in life, the greatest mastery comes not from doing more, but from doing less, better. Simplicity wins, always. Chapter 4. The God Strategy. The trading blueprint. In the world of trading, success is rarely an accident. Behind every legendary trader lies a well-crafted blueprint, a strategic framework that guides decisions, controls risks, and maximizes opportunities. This chapter unveils the God Strategy, the ultimate trading blueprint that elevates a trader from average to master. It is not just a set of rules or tactics, but a holistic system that integrates mindset, analysis, risk management, and execution into a seamless, powerful approach. Point 1. The foundation. Clear objectives and vision. Every master trader begins with a crystal clear vision. What does success look like to you? Is it consistent monthly returns, preserving capital, dominating certain markets, or building a legacy of wealth? Defining clear, measurable objectives is the cornerstone of the God Strategy. This vision aligns your trading actions with long-term goals, preventing distraction by short-term noise or impulsive moves. A precise trading blueprint is born from this vision. It is a personalized roadmap tailored to your risk tolerance, capital, market preferences, and lifestyle. Without this foundation, strategies become aimless and results erratic. Point 2. The market edge. Identifying your unique advantage. The God strategy emphasizes the importance of finding your market edge, the sustainable advantage that sets you apart from others. This could be a deep understanding of a particular asset class, mastering a technical setup others overlook, or leveraging superior data and intuition. Discovering your edge requires rigorous research and self-awareness. Analyze what resonates with your skills and personality. Are you a trend follower, a contrarian, or a volatility trader? The blueprint encourages testing various approaches in simulated or small-scale environments to identify what consistently works. Once found, your edge becomes the core engine of your trading system, shaping entry and exit criteria, timing, and trade sizing. Point 3. Precision entry and exit rules. The God strategy demands discipline through well-defined entry and exit rules. Every trade you take must meet strict criteria derived from your market edge and risk framework. Entry rules specify the exact technical patterns, price levels, or fundamental triggers that justify opening a position. Exit rules are equally critical, detailing when to take profits or cut losses to protect capital and lock in gains. Avoiding ambiguity in these rules eliminates emotional interference and hesitation, which often erode performance. The blueprint stresses that these rules should be backtested and forward-tested, continuously refined through feedback and market evolution. Point 4. Risk management. Protecting the throne. Even the most brilliant trading strategy crumbles without robust risk management. The God strategy enshrines risk control as the highest priority, because surviving to trade another day is the ultimate goal. Key components include position sizing, calculating the ideal trade size based on the risk per trade, and overall portfolio limits. Stop-loss placement, defining precise exit points to limit downside if the market moves against you. Risk-reward ratios, ensuring that each trade offers a favorable balance of potential reward to risk, generally targeting a minimum of 2 to 1. Diversification, avoiding excessive concentration in any one asset, sector, or strategy. Risk management is a continuous discipline, requiring emotional control and adherence to pre-established limits. The blueprint teaches that risk is not to be feared, but managed scientifically. Point 5. The trading routine. Consistency through process. A divine strategy is nothing without an ironclad routine. The God strategy incorporates a daily, weekly, and monthly process that ensures consistency and continuous improvement. Pre-market preparation, research, news analysis, and review of prior trades. Trade execution, following the entry/exit rules without deviation. Post-trade review, journaling trades, analyzing mistakes, and identifying improvement areas. Periodic strategy review, adjusting the blueprint as market conditions change. This disciplined routine trains your mind to operate within the blueprint. Removing impulsivity and building confidence. Point 6. Technology and tools, enhancing precision. Modern trading gods leverage technology to sharpen their edge. The blueprint integrates essential tools, advanced charting software with customizable indicators, automated alerts for trade signals, risk management calculators, and trade journaling apps, backtesting platforms to validate strategy performance. Technology complements human insight, providing data-driven precision and freeing mental bandwidth to focus on strategic decisions. Point 7. The psychological armor, mental toughness embedded in the blueprint. The God strategy acknowledges that markets test your emotional limits. Fear, greed, frustration, and overconfidence can sabotage even the best plans. The blueprint embeds psychological preparation as a key element. Mindfulness techniques, emotional check-ins, and mental rehearsals designed to maintain calm under pressure. It teaches detachment from individual trades and focus on long-term process mastery. This mental armor transforms setbacks into lessons and helps sustain unwavering commitment to the blueprint. Point 8. Continuous learning and adaptation. Markets evolve, and so must your strategy. The God strategy is not static. It is a living framework that adapts to new data, emerging patterns, and shifting conditions. Scheduled strategy audits and openness to innovation keep your blueprint relevant. This includes studying market cycles, macroeconomic trends, new trading tools, and competitor strategies. By committing to lifelong learning, you ensure your trading God powers never wane. Summary. the blueprint for trading divinity. The God strategy is the synthesis of clarity, discipline, edge, risk mastery, and psychology into a unified blueprint. It is the sacred path that transforms raw ambition into lasting market mastery, a by crafting and living your own trading blueprint. You build not only financial success, but also the confidence and wisdom befitting a true god of trading. Chapter 5. Timeframes and Tools of the Masters. Mastering a powerful strategy is one thing, but knowing when and how to apply it is equally important. The god of trading did not just rely on his blueprint alone. He understood that timeframes and tools are the lenses through which every trader views the market. The right choice here can sharpen your focus, improve your entries, and increase your overall profitability. In this chapter, we will explore the time frames the god of trading uses, why they matter, and which tools have earned his trust over years of relentless testing. Point 1. The importance of time frames. Time frame selection is the foundation of effective trading. The wrong time frame for your personality or strategy leads to frustration, impulsive decisions, and poor results. The god of trading learned this the hard way. Early in his journey, he jumped between 1-minute charts, 5-minute charts, hourly, and daily charts, always chasing the most exciting signals, often failing to stick with one time frame long enough to develop skill. Eventually, he realized that time frames are not just charts. They are a mindset. Each time frame demands a different approach. Scalping, seconds to minutes, requires lightning-fast decisions and high-stress tolerance. Intraday trading, minutes to hours, balances speed and analysis, but demands focus throughout. The trading day. Swing trading, days to weeks, allows more time for analysis and reduces stress, but requires patience. Position trading, weeks to months, relies heavily on fundamental analysis and long-term trends. Point 2. The god of trading's preferred time frames. After experimenting with every option, the god of trading settled on a balanced approach, primarily focusing on the 15-minute chart for entry and exit timing, the 1-hour chart for trend identification, the daily chart for overall market context. Here's why. The 15-minute time frame offers a clear balance of detail and clarity. It's fast enough to capture short-term moves, but slow enough to avoid the noise of 1-minute charts. The 1-hour chart reveals the medium-term trend and key support and resistance zones, providing a reliable guidepost for decision-making. The daily chart delivers the big picture, helping him avoid trading against major trends or fundamental shifts. This multi-time frame analysis gives him a layered view of the market, like a bird's-eye perspective combined with a close-up lens. Point 3. How to use multiple time frames effectively. Using multiple time frames is an art. The god of trading follows a simple rule: top-down confirmation. This means he starts from the higher time frame, daily, to understand the big trend, moves down to the 1-hour to spot significant levels, and finally zooms into the 15-minute chart for precise entries. If the trend on all three aligns, the trade is higher probability. If they don't, he waits. This method filters out false signals and improves trade accuracy. Point 4. Tools the god of trading swears by. Over the years, he tested hundreds of tools, platforms, and indicators that he didn't adopt them all. Instead, he kept only those that delivered real value and simplicity. Here are the key tools in his arsenal. Trading platform. He uses a professional-grade platform like TradingView or Thinkorswim, which offers reliable charting, alerts, and easy interface. Chart types. He prefers candlestick charts for their clarity and information density. Candlesticks show open, high, low, and close prices, vital for price action analysis. Indicators. He keeps indicators minimal. The primary indicators he uses are simple moving averages, SMA 50 and SMA 200 for trend detection. Volume profile or volume weighted average price, VWAP, to understand where the smart money is active. Relative strength index, RSI, for momentum and overbought/oversold conditions. Economic calendar. Though he doesn't trade the news blindly, he uses an economic calendar like Forex Factory to be aware of major events that can cause volatility. Journal and tracker. He maintains a detailed trade journal, often using spreadsheet software or dedicated apps like Edgewonk. Tracking performance and emotions is essential to continuous improvement. Point 5. How the right tools boost confidence and execution. Having the right tools reduces mental friction. The god of trading believes that technology should support decision-making, not complicate it. When tools are cluttered or unreliable, hesitation creeps in, and hesitation costs money. That be why keeping tools simple, reliable, and aligned with his strategy, he stays confident and decisive. Point 6. Avoiding tool overload. One of the most common mistakes traders make is tool overload, adding too many indicators, alerts, and apps. This creates confusion, conflicting signals, and decision paralysis. The god of trading warns, more tools don't mean better trades. They often mean worse decisions. If your screen looks like a cockpit, it's time to simplify. Focus on what matters most to your strategy and cut the rest. Point 7. Adapting tools to your style. The god of trading also teaches the importance of customization. No tool fits every trader perfectly. That he encourages you to experiment with time frames and tools, but always measure their impact on your performance. Ask yourself, does this tool help me make clearer decisions? Does it increase my confidence or distract me? Does it fit my trading style and personality? Keep only what adds value. Final thoughts. Master your lenses. The right time frames and tools act like lenses through which you see the market. Poor lenses distort the picture. Clear lenses sharpen your vision. The god of trading mastered his lenses by choosing time frames that matched his style and tools that enhanced his strategy without clutter. Your challenge is to do the same. Learn your preferred time frames. Choose your trusted tools. Use them to focus, not confuse. Because when your vision is clear, your trading becomes precise, and precision is the path to mastery. Chapter 6. The Myth of the News. How the best traders read events. In the age of instant information, the news cycle never stops. Breaking headlines flash across screens, social media erupts with opinions, and economic data releases command global attention. For most traders, news is a signal, a call to action. They jump in or out of trades based on the latest report, fearing to miss out or desperate to avoid losses. But the god of trading sees it differently. He understands that news is not a trading strategy. It is noise. In this chapter, you will learn why chasing the news is one of the biggest traps in trading and how the best traders use events, not react to them, to their advantage. Point 1. The illusion of predictive power. When a major economic report drops, like a jobs number or central bank announcement, many traders expect the market to move predictably. They assume that good news means the market will rally, and bad news means it will drop. But markets are complex and forward-looking. They often price in expectations before the news and react not just to the headline, but to how the actual data compares to those expectations. This causes whipsaws, fake outs, and volatile moves that can trap the unprepared. The god of trading learned early that trying to predict market reactions to news is like trying to predict the weather minute by minute. It's impossible and dangerous. Point 2. Why most traders lose on news events. The news cycle creates emotional turmoil. Fear and greed spike. Traders react impulsively, chasing fast moves without a plan. They enter trades too early or too late. Stop losses get triggered by volatility spikes, and positions get shaken out. The god of trading knew that participating in news-driven trades required exceptional skill and timing. Instead of chasing headlines, he developed a more controlled approach. Point 3. The god of trading's news protocol. He created a simple, effective rule to handle news events. Step back. Assess. Only trade if your system aligns. This meant avoid trading during major news releases unless his strategy signaled an opportunity. Use economic calendars to be aware of when news was scheduled. After the news event, wait for the market to settle and confirm direction before entering trades. This protocol protects capital and reduces emotional mistakes. Point 4. Using news as context, not a catalyst. While ignoring news as a trigger, the god of trading uses it as context. If a central bank signals tightening monetary policy, he expects potential longer-term bearish trends. That if corporate earnings beat expectations, he notes the potential for continued strength in that sector. But he never trades because of the news. He trades because the price action confirms his strategy. Point 5. The power of patience during volatility. News events often create spikes in volatility. While this can offer opportunity, it also increases risk. The god of trading waits for the market to calm down before making decisions that he watches for clean price patterns and avoids trading in chaotic conditions. This patience often saves him from big losses caused by unpredictable news reactions. Point 6. The myth of trading the news. Many believe you can make consistent profits by trading the news. The god of trading calls this a myth. He emphasizes, news trading requires speed, precision, and experience few possess. It's more akin to gambling without a solid edge. Most retail traders get trapped by false moves around news events. Instead, he focuses on trading the trend and structure. News events become mere background noise. Point 7. Building resilience against news noise. The god of trading's mindset also involves emotional resilience. He trains himself to not be swayed by headlines, to maintain calm even when the world seems chaotic. This mental strength is crucial for sticking to the plan and avoiding knee-jerk reactions. Final thoughts. The news is noise. Focus on price. To summarize, news is unpredictable and often already priced in. Chasing news moves is a recipe for losses. The best traders use news as a backdrop, not a trigger. Patience and system adherence beat impulsive reactions. Emotional resilience is key to surviving volatile events. That if you want to trade like a master, learn to filter out the noise and focus on what truly matters: price action, trend, and risk management. Because when the headlines scream, the god of trading listens to silence. Chapter 7. The Money Game. Position sizing, compounding, and risk trading is not just about picking winners. In fact, the way you manage your money, the size of your positions, how you handle risk, and how you compound profits will determine whether you survive and thrive or fail and fade away. The god of trading understands this deeply. He calls it the money game, the most important game in trading that most beginners ignore. This chapter will teach you how to play this game the right way, how to size your trades smartly, manage risk ruthlessly, and harness the power of compounding to grow your account steadily and sustainably. Point 1. Position sizing. The foundation of survival. The first and most critical rule in trading is this: never risk more than you can afford to lose. Position sizing is the practical application of this rule. It determines how much of your capital you allocate to each trade based on your risk tolerance and the trade's stop-loss level. The god of trading uses a simple formula. Determine the dollar amount he is willing to risk per trade, usually 1% or less of his total capital. Calculate the distance between entry and stop-loss and price. Divide the risk amount by the stop-loss distance to find the number of shares or contracts to trade. This method protects the account from catastrophic losses, because even the best traders have losing streaks. Position sizing ensures those losses don't wipe them out. Point 2. The power of small, consistent gains. Many new traders dream of hitting home runs, huge profits in a single trade. But the god of trading teaches that small, consistent gains are far more powerful. By risking a fixed small percentage per trade and aiming for a solid risk-reward ratio, at least 1 to 2, he builds his account steadily. This approach minimizes emotional stress and prevents overtrading. Small wins add up. Over time, they compound into life-changing wealth. Point 3. The magic of compounding. Albert Einstein reportedly called compounding the eighth wonder of the world. The god of trading embraces this power by reinvesting profits intelligently. As his account grows, he adjusts his position sizes accordingly, always maintaining the same percentage risk. This creates an exponential growth curve, steady at first, then accelerating as profits multiply. But compounding only works with discipline. If you increase your risk recklessly or chase losses, compounding turns into ruin. Point 4. Risk per trade. How much is too much? The god of trading rarely risks more than 1% of his account on a single trade. Why? Because risking too much leads to emotional pressure, poor decisions, and rapid account drawdowns. By limiting risk, he can survive losing streaks without panic. This gives him the confidence to stick to his plan and wait for high-probability setups. Point 5. The role of stop-loss orders. Stop-loss orders are your best friend. They define your maximum loss before you enter the trade. The god of trading always places stop-loss orders based on market structure, not arbitrary percentages. He sets stops just beyond support or resistance levels, giving the trade room to breathe while protecting his capital. Using stop losses consistently prevents small losses from becoming catastrophic. Point 6. Handling drawdowns. Drawdowns are inevitable. Even the best traders face losing streaks. The god of trading views drawdowns as a test of discipline and resilience. That be why using proper position sizing and risk management. He keeps drawdowns small and manageable, but he never tries to win back losses with bigger trades, a surefire way to blow up an account. Instead, he accepts drawdowns, learns from mistakes, and focuses on executing the plan. Point 7. Scaling up and scaling down. The god of trading knows when to scale position sizes up or down. When the strategy is performing well, he gradually increases position size, always within his risk limits. When the market is choppy or uncertain, he reduces size to protect capital. This flexibility allows him to adapt to changing conditions without abandoning discipline. Point 8. The psychological benefits of risk control. Knowing that risk is limited brings peace of mind. The god of trading trades with confidence because he knows his losses are controlled. This mental freedom prevents impulsive decisions and emotional trading. Risk management is not just about money. It's about mindset. Final thoughts. Master the money game to master the market. To summarize, position sizing protects your capital and your trading career. Small, consistent gains add up through compounding. Never risk more than you can afford. Use stop-loss orders based on market structure. Accept drawdowns as part of the journey. Scale position sizes intelligently. Risk control frees your mind to trade calmly and clearly. Mastering the money game is the foundation for all your trading success. Without it, even the best strategy will fail. With it, even modest skills can grow into mastery. Chapter 8. Automation, AI, and the future of godlike trading. Trading has always been a game of skill, psychology, and strategy. But today, it's entering a new era, an era shaped by automation, artificial intelligence, and technological innovation. The god of trading, while grounded in timeless principles, is also a visionary who embraces these changes, not as threats, but as powerful tools. In this chapter, we'll explore how automation and AI are transforming trading, how you can harness these advancements to elevate your performance, and what the future holds for those who trade with godlike precision. Point 1. The rise of automation and trading. Automation is no longer a niche concept reserved for hedge funds and institutions. Today, retail traders have access to algorithmic trading systems, automated bots, and tools that can execute trades with precision and speed beyond human capability. The god of trading sees automation as a way to remove emotion from trading decisions and improve consistency. By programming his trading blueprint into automated systems, he ensures that trades are executed exactly according to plan, without hesitation, second-guessing, or emotional interference. Point 2. AI, the new frontier of market analysis. Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing how markets are analyzed. AI systems can process massive amounts of data, news, price action, economic indicators, social sentiment, in real time, spotting patterns and trends that humans might miss. The god of trading uses AI-powered tools for predictive analytics that help forecast market moves, sentiment analysis to gauge investor mood, risk management models that optimize position sizing dynamically. These tools augment his human judgment and provide an edge in a competitive market. Point 3. Combining human intuition with machine precision. While automation and AI offer incredible advantages, the god of trading believes the best results come from combining human intuition with machine precision. The AI can analyze data at scale, but it lacks the human ability to interpret context, understand nuances, and adapt creatively. The god of trading uses AI as an assistant, not a replacement. That he designs strategies that machines can execute efficiently while he focuses on the bigger picture, adapting to new information and managing risks psychologically. Point 4. Building your own automated systems. You don't have to be a programmer to benefit from automation. Many platforms now offer user-friendly tools to build automated strategies with drag-and-drop interfaces and pre-built modules. The god of trading recommends starting small. Automate simple parts of your strategy like alerts or trade execution rules. Test extensively with historical data and simulated trading. Monitor performance carefully and tweak as needed. Automation should enhance your trading, not replace your responsibility. Point 5. The risks and challenges of automation is powerful, but not without risks. Systems can malfunction, market conditions can change rapidly, and over-reliance on machines can dull human judgment. The god of trading stresses the importance of regularly reviewing automated systems, keeping manual oversight active, being ready to intervene when necessary. Automation is a tool, not a set it and forget it solution. Point 6. The future, trading with godlike precision. Looking forward, trading will become increasingly data-driven, automated, and intelligent. Traders who succeed will be those who embrace technology but retain human insight, continuously learn and adapt, combine solid fundamentals with advanced tools. The god of trading envisions a future where humans and machines work in harmony, where trading is faster, smarter, and more precise than ever before. Final thoughts. Embrace the future. Master the present to thrive in this new era. Start by mastering the timeless fundamentals we've covered so far: mindset, strategy, risk, and discipline. Then, layer on technology thoughtfully and intentionally. Remember, automation removes emotion and improves consistency. AI expands your analytical power. Your human judgment remains irreplaceable. That be why, combining these forces, you can trade not just like a master, but like a god. The future of trading is here, and it's waiting for you to step into it. Chapter 9. Trading rules from the throne. Every master crafts his kingdom with clear laws, rules that govern behavior, order, and success. The god of trading rules his trading kingdom with unshakable laws, principles that have stood the test of time and market chaos. These are not mere suggestions. They are commandments born from years of trial, triumph, and discipline. In this chapter, you will inherit the trading rules from the throne, the non-negotiable edicts that separate a market god from the crowd. Point 1. Rule 1. Protect your capital. Above all else, the throne is meaningless without a kingdom to rule. Your capital is your kingdom. Preserve it fiercely. Every trade must prioritize capital preservation. Risk only what you can afford to lose. Never let a single trade threaten your existence. Point 2. Rule 2. Trade only according to your plan. Discipline is the crown of every true trader. Every move must follow your established blueprint. No impulsive trades. No chasing losses. No deviations based on emotion or rumor. Stick to your system with unwavering loyalty. Point 3. Rule 3. Accept losses as part of the game. Even the greatest warriors fall in battle. Losses are inevitable. Welcome them as lessons, not failures. Analyze, learn, and move forward. Never dwell or despair. Point 4. Rule 4. Master your emotions. The throne is calm and unshaken. Fear, greed, and hope are enemies of clarity. Recognize emotions, detach from them. Make decisions based on logic and strategy, not impulse. Point 5. Rule 5. Keep it simple. Complexity breeds confusion. Simplicity breeds power. Trade the strategy you understand. Cut the noise. Focus on what works. Point 6. Rule 6. Manage risk relentlessly. Risk management is the fortress that shields your kingdom. Set stop losses. Size positions wisely. Never risk more than a small percentage of your capital. Respect risk in every trade. Point 7. Rule 7. Be patient. Always, patience is the eternal virtue of a master. Wait for the right setups. Wait for confirmation. Never rush the market. Good trades come to those who wait. Point 8. Rule 8. Continuously learn and adapt. Markets evolve. So must you. Never stop learning. Refine your strategy. Adapt to new conditions. Stay curious. Stay humble. Point 9. Rule 9. Document everything. A king remembers every battle. Keep a trading journal. Record every trade, emotion, and lesson. Review regularly to sharpen your edge. Point 10. Rule 10. Respect the market's power. The market is a force greater than any individual. Respect its power. Humble yourself before it. Never underestimate its ability to surprise. Final thoughts. Rule your trading kingdom with authority. These trading rules from the throne are the pillars of mastery. They demand discipline, respect, and dedication. But follow them, and you forge a path to lasting success. You become not just a trader, but a true ruler of the market. Trade with honor, trade with wisdom, and wear your crown with pride. Chapter 10. Becoming your own trading god. The path of the god of trading is not just about following rules or strategies handed down from others. It's about transformation, becoming the master of your own mind, your own decisions, and ultimately, your own destiny in the market. This final chapter is a call to action. To rise above doubts, to claim your power, and to step fully into your potential. Because every trader, no matter where they start, has the ability to become their own trading god. Point 1. The power of ownership. To become a trading god, you must take full ownership of your journey. This means accepting responsibility for every trade, every win, and every loss, and blaming the market, the news, or bad luck. The god of trading doesn't see obstacles, only challenges to overcome. You must do the same. Ownership breeds confidence. It fuels discipline. It creates resilience. Point 2. Develop unshakable confidence. Confidence is the foundation upon which every great trade is built. But true confidence comes not from luck or ego, but from preparation, practice, and trust in your process. The god of trading built confidence through countless hours of study, backtesting, journaling, and reflection. You must do the same. Build your skills methodically. Trust your blueprint. Know that every trade you place is the product of deliberate, informed decision-making. Point 3. Cultivate a growth mindset. A trading god embraces growth. Mistakes become lessons. Setbacks become fuel. The market is a vast teacher, and the path of mastery is never-ending. This mindset turns failure into feedback and keeps you moving forward. Point 4. Balance discipline with flexibility. While discipline keeps you grounded, flexibility allows you to adapt. Markets change, and so must you. The god of trading balances strict adherence to his strategy with the wisdom to adjust when conditions shift. Be rigid in your principles, but fluid in your methods. Point 5. Trust your intuition as you grow. Intuition becomes a powerful ally. It's the silent voice born from experience, pattern recognition, and deep understanding. The god of trading listens to this inner guide, but never lets it override his rules. Develop your intuition by immersing yourself in the markets and reflecting on every trade. Point 6. Build your unique trading identity. No two traders are the same. The god of trading forged a unique style that fit his personality, goals, and lifestyle. You must do the same. Experiment. Discover what works for you. Build a strategy and routine that aligns with your strengths and values. Point 7. The role of patience and persistence. Becoming a trading god is a marathon, not a sprint. Patience to wait for the right moments. Persistence to keep going despite setbacks. This journey requires endurance. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. Point 8. Inspire others with your journey. True mastery is not just personal success. It's also the ability to inspire and lead others. Share your knowledge, support fellow traders, and contribute to the trading community. The god of trading understands that greatness multiplies when shared. Final thoughts. Your throne awaits. Becoming your own trading god is a journey of courage, learning, and relentless effort. You have the blueprint, the mindset, and the tools. Now it's time to take the throne. Trade with wisdom. Trade with humility. Trade with power. Because the greatest god of all is the one who rules their own destiny. Your throne awaits. Conclusion. It's your time to dominate. You have traveled far on this journey through the mind, strategy, and spirit of the god of trading. From mastering psychology and simplicity to building a rock-solid blueprint, understanding time frames and tools, and embracing the future with automation and AI. You now hold the keys to the kingdom. But knowledge alone is not power. Power is what happens when you act. It's your time to rise, to dominate the markets with confidence, clarity, and discipline. Take command of your destiny. The markets will always be challenging. They reward the patient, the prepared, and the persistent. The god of trading is not some mythical figure born with luck or secret magic. He is a trader who committed to mastering every aspect of the craft. You can do the same. By taking responsibility, honing your skills, and applying these principles daily, you forge your own path to greatness. Embrace discipline and patience. Dominance is not about reckless aggression. It is about disciplined execution and patient waiting for the right moments. Trust your blueprint. Respect risk. Manage your emotions. These are the true weapons of a market god. Keep learning and evolving. Markets evolve, and so must you. Never stop learning, study, reflect, and adapt. Each trade is a stepping stone to greater wisdom. Your journey does not end here. It begins anew every day. The power is in your hands. You now possess the mindset, strategy, and tools to succeed, but they are only valuable if you use them. Take the lessons from this book, build your routine, commit to excellence, because greatness is not given. It is earned. Final charge. Step into your power. The throne is ready. The kingdom awaits. Step forward with courage. Trade with honor. Dominate with wisdom. You are not just a trader. You are a force. Your time is now. Make the market your domain. Thank you for trusting me to guide you on this journey. May your trades be wise, your discipline unwavering, and your success limitless.